Hey everybody, it's Chris with Killer Arcade Games, and today I'm doing another arcade walkthrough. This was taken on my trip through Iowa and Des Moines and down into Kansas. And in Kansas, Wichita, Kansas, this place is called The Arcade. Very simple name, but really cool arcade here. I can't wait to talk about this one. I'm not going to talk too much about it now. I'm going to save that for the end of the video. What I'm going to do now is run the walkthrough with all the sounds and everything going on. And then after that, you guys can come back and hear me talk about it. I'll walk through it again with you, but I'll pause and talk a little bit about my experience there. Positives about this place, which there are a lot. This place was amazing. So if you're just here to see the walkthrough, you can move on or hang out after and we'll talk a little bit about it. Here we go. So now it's time for the walkthrough with my commentary over it, talk a little bit about this place. Let me get it out of the way right away and say this place is amazing. The condition of the games are truly unbelievable. I have not seen them look this good probably since the 90s. Most arcades, especially the ones on the free play model, are actually really beat down. I mean, they get a lot of drinks spilled on them, they get a lot of use. These machines were in really good condition. I should also mention that you do pay to get into this arcade. It's an entry fee. I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember how much it was, but you pay to get in the arcade. Everything's on free play except for the pinball machine. The pinball machines I think are about 50 cents a play, but I'm okay with that. I think that's fair because pinballs take a hell of a beating and they need a lot of work to keep them running. So I fully see why they didn't want to just let any kid beat the heck out of them. You know, and most of the times when I find arcades with free pinball games, everyone walks up and puts about a full amount of credits in it, and then you've got a 4-player game that's sitting there unused for probably an hour because nobody wants to play it when it's in the middle of the game. But anyway, let's take a look at these pinball machines. These are really nice. I love what they did with the camera situation. So the screens that are behind the pinball machines up on the wall are actually a camera that's pointing down showing what the game field is doing. That way if you're standing behind somebody and watching, you can actually see the gameplay. It's really a cool idea. I think that was a genius touch. I don't know who came up with that, but really good idea. All right, let's start the walkthrough. We've got Star Trek, Guardians of the Galaxy, Batman, Stranger Things. I enjoy Stranger Things quite a bit. Ninja Turtles, the new one. We've also got Metallica. This one's apparently kind of rare. I didn't know this until recently. Ghostbusters, Roadshow, Monster Bash, Addams Family, which is one I used to play a lot in the 90s. This was at the arcade I used to go to as a kid had this. And the arcade I used to go to as a kid cared so much about their games, just like this place. And they really made me feel like I was back in the 90s in this case. Great game selection, great quality condition of the games. It was really good to see. I wish I lived closer, honestly. This one on the left, I think it's Wild. I cannot remember the name of this one for some reason. I did play it. Someone let me know in the comments. I'm sorry. The Machine, Back to the Future and High Speed. Now next, you can see, here's the game play field. You look up, that's what the camera's showing you down there below. And you can see my hand. I stuck my hand over it so you can kind of see it is a camera. And of course you can see it's mounted on the ceiling. Really smart idea if you ask me. We've got Sinistar, Moon Patrol, and Joust, which I think show up later in this video. Punch Out. Okay, let me just go ahead and pause right here. I don't need to say much about this. You guys know I'm nuts about these old 90s fighting games. They have dedicated Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and Ultimate 3. This is a dedicated MK1. It's not a conversion cab. Unbelievable condition on all of these. All the buttons are the right colors. All the sticks are the right colors. All the controls feel great and work really, really well. We'll get back to these later and talk a little bit about the bezels. I thought that was a nice touch. We've also got Tekken 3, Marvel vs. Capcom, and Street Fighter in Midway cabinets. And then here we go, my holy grail. This is the cabinet I'm still looking for to buy every day. Killer Instinct. Oh my god. This one was in such good shape too. It had some issues with the wood on the side, but no big deal. Didn't affect the gameplay. It still looked really good too, but this one has the bezel with all the moves around it. The monitor, look at that monitor. It's in such good shape. I'm just going to pause on that. It looks really good. And then the controls, look at that. Those controls are the right color, the right controls. They feel really, really good. The blue T-molding is something I was never in love with when I saw it on another Mortal Kombat cabinet, but I'm coming around on it. I don't know if I get a Mortal Kombat if I'll put blue on it. Maybe I will. If I have to replace the T-molding, I might go with blue. Let me know in the comments. What do you think about that? Galaxian, Burger Time, Bump, Jump. I assume Bump and Jump. I have never played this one. It's probably way before my time. Qbert, Rally X, and Frogger. And over here, the Mortal Kombat Wall of Fame. So, Your MK Arcade Source goes to several of these Mortal Kombat events from what I can tell, and he just gets to meet all these guys and get the signed pictures. Dan Forden over there, Mr. Toasty himself, Jax, all these cool actors were there, and he was able to get it signed and put it up on the wall. It's a really nice touch in an arcade. Stuff like that shows me that somebody put an arcade together because they truly care about arcade games. It's not just a barcade. In fact, there's no alcohol served here that I can tell. Dragon's Lair, Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong Jr. are here. We've got Elevator Action, the original, Kicks, Jungle King. What do we got over here? Contra. That's a game I don't think I see very often. Really cool to see in arcades. Here's that Joust, Moon Patrol, Sinistar, and Robotron with Defender next to it. We've got Pole Position over there, Off-Road, Outrun, and over here, let me pause on this one. So, Cruising the World, I didn't actually play that one, but it is a classic. The one I was most excited about was San Francisco Rush The Rock. I have not seen this cabinet in probably 3 or 4 years now. And I'm looking to buy this one, actually. I keep trying to find a good deal on it and try to find one that I can pick up because I just don't see them anymore. And it makes me wonder if they're failing and going away or if, you know, they're just bought up by collectors. But anyway, I was so excited to sit down and play this one. Such a fun game to play. I missed it so much. I wish an arcade near me would get it. or I'd be able to find one to actually purchase, but maybe one of these days. All right, let's move on. Oh, by the way, these do have the LCD conversion, these 3 racing games, which does not bother me. I don't know why, but LCD conversions on racing cabinets doesn't bother me. Now, if you put an LCD in a Killer Instinct, I think that seriously degrades the quality, in my opinion. But you gotta do what you gotta do, too. Star Wars Trilogy, Star Wars Original, 720, I never see that one anymore. Tempest, the Tempest monitor was on, by the way, it's just it didn't show up well on camera. Tubin, it even had the thing that rolls in the marquee up there, and it makes that water look. It was actually working, which was cool. We got a Carnival here, not dedicated, but still in good condition. Maximum Force, and I'm going to stop right here and talk about these games. Specifically Revolution X. So Revolution X is one your MK Arcade Source actually just restored on his channel and put in the arcade. So I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to be going to arcade soon. I watched you put all this love and time into it, and it really shows. The cabinet looks really, really good. The art's in really good shape. I'm going to link to his restoration videos on that. I may just have to link to his channel in general because he's got like several videos on this project alone. The yellow T-molding looks really good in person. We weren't sure which way he was going to go. I know in the video he was asking, like, what do you guys want? Red, yellow? What do you think looks better? But I think the yellow came out nice, actually. One thing to mention about all 3 of these cabinets, these all have the feedback working in the guns. That stuff normally never works after, just several years of use. The feedback goes out, it doesn't work. I tried all of them, they all worked. I was shocked. I mean, I wasn't that shocked after I saw the quality of everything there, but shocked that they actually worked. It was so nice to play these games with the feedback and the full experience. I really enjoyed it. Terminator 2, look at that monitor, by the way. It looks amazing. Over here, this monitor on Thunderbolt looks so good. I think it's Operation Thunderbolt. I always get these games confused. Don't get mad at me. Here's a closer look at Revolution X, though. It's hard to tell, but the deck art's looking good, and he had to work pretty hard to fix that deck art, by the way. You'll see it in his video. And speaking of his videos, this Simpsons cabinet was also just recently restored and put in the arcade. Great condition. I mean, he really had to do a lot of work on this one, too. Of course, everything plays great. It's fully restored. You got the donuts over here on the speaker grills, which was pretty funny. Good touch on there. These are like their 4-player game section right here. So you got X-Men 4-player. You go around to the other side, and there's going to be a Ninja Turtles. If you guys don't take away anything from this video, I know you can't feel the controls and feel how great they were, but just look at the monitors. I'm obsessing over these monitors, but these monitors were all in unbelievable shape. I didn't see one bad-looking monitor in the building. Ninja Turtles cabinet looking pretty darn good. I like these areas to put your drinks, by the way. Don't put them on the games, you heathens. I can't stand these people who walk into arcades, set their sugary or alcoholic beverage right on the deck, and whoops, I spilled it. I can't tell you how many times I see them get spilled when I go to these arcades that are also bars. I could rant on that forever. Keep your Mountain Dew over there on the Rubik's Cube stand because it does not belong on this. Some of these cabinets are like museum quality in my opinion now and works of art. Don't be messing them up. Gauntlet Legends 4-player, and I think we move on after that. Okay, we got Spy Hunter with Val Kilmer on the front. I know it's not Val Kilmer, but it always looked like him. Dig Dug, Paperboy. Look at the monitor on Paperboy. It's so nice. That line wasn't there as far as I recall. I think the camera's picking that up. Original controls, everything worked great. Final Fight, Double Dragon 2 in 1943. Oh, and another thing. All the marquees were lit. That's something that gets blown off in a lot of arcades. All these marquees were lit and looking good. Battletoads 4-player cabinet. It's a game I never played much of, but I need to get into it and really try it out. Track and Field. Another one that's way before my time. In fact, it says 1983. That is the year I was born. So it's as old as I am. I'll be 38 at the end of October. Primal Rage dedicated cabinet. I don't see these very often anymore, and this one was in particularly good shape. I mean, everything looks pretty clean on it. The side art's good. I didn't get it on camera, but there is a Rampage behind that. Tron. Check out Tron with the lights all lit up. Everything's still working on it. Really a nice cabinet. I never really played the cabinet or played the game much. It was before my time again, but it's cool to see it. I love how it lights up. All right, so we're going to take a closer look at these Mortal Kombat cabinets. Check out the bezel with all the moves lists on it. Look at the monitor. Once again, great condition. Looks beautiful. The controls, As I mentioned before, the controls are in great shape. They're the right colors. They feel good. Everything works. The joysticks don't feel chunky. They don't feel torn up. Everything here looked really good. The art looked really, really good. Same thing with MK2. MK2 is actually running MK2 Plus, also with all the moves, bezels on here, and I believe UMK3 was running the Plus ROM too. Everything worked great, like I've said a million times. Unbelievable stuff. Okay, so this video got a little long. I nerded out hardcore on these games, but this place had probably one of my favorite game collections. Of course, I would have loved, if they had a Hydro Thunder, it would have like sweetened the deal, but I have a Hydro Thunder in the garage, no big deal. But as far as my game tastes, add a MK4 and a Hydro Thunder, and there's not much missing that I could ask for in an arcade these days. I mean, really cool that he had all that stuff. He clearly loves Midway stuff like I do, and just loves old games in general. I wish that I could have spent more time here. I was there probably almost, I think I was there 2.5 hours, and I could have stayed probably longer, but I had to get on the road and get back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you're in the Wichita, Kansas area and can check out this arcade. It's well worth it. I'll try to leave a link to their website, or at least the address down in the description too. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more arcade content. Be sure to check out Your MK Arcade Source on YouTube. And until next time, I'll see you guys on the next video.